Okay, so why don't we hit play together on this playlist right now, number 1. And we'll begin seated, please, today. We haven't done this for a wee while, is start with a seated practice. Just for a minute or two. And I don't mind how you sit, but check out, like I always use a bunch of props. I almost never sit directly on the floor. You can use a block or two or a cushion or a blanket. And I heard a really nice reason why we prop ourselves up is that imagine that like there's water descending from the universe into you and that it should flow through you. And if your pelvis is lower, so water always flows to the lowest point. That's how it works. If your pelvis is lower than your knees, then the water goes boo and gets stuck in your pelvis. If your knees are lower than your pelvis, then the water can go and cascade out, because pelvis means bowl, right? So it catches things like emotions and everything else. So elevate your pelvis over your knees. Let's keep it simple today, actually. Keep the hands facing down for now. And then I'll tell you where you can place them in a second. But roll your shoulders back. Soften your belly. Soften your face, soften your tongue. Disaster. Then take a breath in through your nose, please. Exhale through the mouth and soften everything as much as you can. And let the next in-breath, as the air enters in through your nose, draw your attention inwards to the inside of your body. Let your attention drop from the space behind your eyes, through the roof of your mouth, which is the dome of a temple, through the throat, which is spacious, down to the space behind the sternum, where your heart resides, at least energetically. You can feel it, that place. It's a tender, tender place. So envelop it with your breath. I'm sharing this practice because, we had Valentine's Day or whatever, but also for me, it's really been helping because it's a tender time. Lots of difficult things. We also, in our family, had some challenges this past week. And the transition from winter to spring, which is slowly happening outside, is tender. The yoga practice asks us regularly to bare ourselves, to confront our feelings and our thoughts. And that can be a tender business. So as your breath enters into the body, let it descend down to that space behind the sternum and wrap your heart in warmth. You can take your left hand and place it onto your heart if you feel that would be nice. You can leave the hand on the knee if you like, if you prefer. But this can be here a reminder to breathe into that space. If you have taken your hand, even if you haven't, maybe you can feel the thump of the heartbeat, especially on the inhale, which quickens the heart a little. If we can connect to this place, the spaciousness, the vastness of the heart, it can let us see clearly. In the modern world, we're led to believe that the thinking cognitive brain is what allows us to know the truth. Actually, I'll tell you a secret, it's mostly not the case. But our bodies know. Our bodies remember everywhere we've been, everything we've done. Our heart knows. If your hand is on it, you can feel it, I'm sure, right now. And even if you're a thinker, I'm a thinker. And even if you're skeptical of the heart, can you suspend your disbelief for the next hour or so? See if the heart can lead you to new places. Supported, enveloped, wrapped by the breath. So as you next breathe in, you can even visualize the caverns of your heart growing, expanding. The vestibules, that's what they're called. And on your exhale, contracting in. Becoming simple and receptive. Soften your breath again and let it pour into your lungs. The lungs which nestle around the heart and embrace it every single time. Let your exhale be as soft as drops of dew on rose petals. In this way, we've melted ourselves a little bit, made us receptive for the practice to come. Let your hand return to your knee if you took it to your chest. And sit up again. Let your heart lift up to the sky. It's going to be your compass point for the whole practice today. And let the heart be as spacious as to let the rest of the body get wide and broad. So with your fingertips on your knees, we'll start to find movement through the spine here. As you exhale, pull your chin in towards your chest and your belly button back towards your spine. As you puff up the space between your shoulder blades, rounding yourself in. The first curve of the spine, the curve that babies have. As you inhale, we pull on the knees like levers and bear the heart forward. So think about the heart going. It goes forward to the front of the room, and then the belly follows, and then the shoulders pull back, and then the throat bears itself. And then as you breathe in, the ribs spread. Exhale, return to the first position, rounding the spine. Like a turtle shell. Reverse again, pull with the hands, and then send the heart forward. Ribs spread apart from each other, and the lungs open like butterfly wings to receive the breath. Exhale again. Round the spine. From tailbone to crown. Inhale last time and bear your heart forward. Meticulously and softly. Exhale as you come back to a neutral spine. Take the hands to the opposite shoulders like you're giving yourself a little hug. Yeah. So this is actually like quite a nice anatomical drill. You tuck the chin in and you tuck the belly button in. So maybe you can see that we're kind of flattening out the curves of the spine, but not rounding like the child's pose thing, but kind of flattening it out, the lumbar and the cervical spine. Now, keeping that tucked, see if you can lean back with the shoulders, drawing a circle with the back of the body. You're going to really have to concentrate to keep the lower belly lifted, because you're going to want to circle into the more mobile parts of the spine, which are the neck and the lower back. But keep those tucked in. So we're trying to direct some mobility to the upper back, to the thoracic spine, to the space around the rib cage, which is less mobile because it's protecting your beautiful, tender heart. But if we can encourage a little bit of motion. Yeah, so it's not a big movement. So if it doesn't feel like a huge circle, then that's right. That's how it should be. So going both directions. Beautiful. So if you were sitting on something, remove it for now and come onto your knees. So straight away, we'll take the right hand up towards the ceiling, broadening the collarbones. And then as you exhale, thread the hand underneath your left armpit, taking your right ear to the floor. So that the outer right shoulder presses onto the floor, palm facing up, so that we can rest the back of the heart and make it spacious as we rotate. Here you can keep your left hand where it is. You can use it to press against the floor. If you like, you can take the left hand forward and nestle your chin into your armpit. Armpits are like gateways for the lungs. So you can imagine the breath going in through the spaciousness, through the nice sensitiveness of your left armpit. Deepen the breath as much as you possibly can into those lungs, the back of the lungs. Inhale, take the left hand back, press it against the floor, and then unravel yourself right hand all the way towards the ceiling. Here, practice pressing the floor away so that your left shoulder and your left ear have space between them. And take your left shoulder blade and nestle it down the back. It's like the bottom corner of your shoulder blade is going to poke in and support the heart from behind. We'll need that motion later. From here, exhale, right hand to the floor. We'll swap over, take the other left hand up towards the sky. Good. Tuck it underneath, left ear, back of left hand. Meets the floor. You know your options with your right hand. You can keep it close in. You can use the fingertips to rotate yourself around towards the sky more, or you can take the hand forward so that your chin goes into that armpit. Main thing is to find the back of the rib cage and pour your breath into that space. As deep as you can. Take the right hand back, unravel, left hand up towards the ceiling. And again, stack left shoulder over right, pressing left palm into the floor so that right ear is spacious and left ear is spacious. Yeah, you got it. Exhale, both hands down towards the floor and take them forward. Now, come up onto the fingertips, make what we call cupcake fingers, ridiculously in the yoga world. Lift the belly button and let yourself go back. So first, keep the ears and biceps in a line. You can maybe even feel the ears tickle the biceps. And let the arms be like antenna as you draw the hips back away from the fingertips. Not looking for a back bend per se, but looking for an opening for the armpits, a stretch for the big sheets of muscle that cross your back, a lengthening of the neck, power to the arms, big breath into the back of the heart. Good. From here, we'll change the hands, take the palms to face each other so that the pinky side of the hand is pressing into the floor. So it's like you're karate chopping your mat. Then you can start to let your heart go down a little bit because your arms are going to be lower, but keep the arms strong. So really, really straight into the forearms, really straight into the triceps. That we go down by going back. So we lengthen into the spine rather than crunching all the way down towards the earth. Here, take another breath. Maybe sigh. Ripple forward, take your belly to the floor. Hands beside your waist, press the toenails down, lift the belly button. Every time, that's how I say it for Cobra. And in particular now, let it be the heart that peels forward first away from your toenails. The chin is going to come last and maybe even stays parallel with the floor. Yeah. Press back child's pose first. Let your hips settle onto the heels, maybe have a wiggle. Then tuck in the tail, round the lower back, then the middle back, then the upper back. Come forward again. Let's come back to the floor. Take your elbows just underneath your shoulders or maybe slightly in front so that you feel nice space. And take your arms like train tracks so that the elbows are right in front of the shoulders and the hands are right in front of the elbows. This is what we call a sphinx. The toenails press, the belly button lifts, the hands drag, so the shoulders pull back and the heart pulls forward. Good. So it's going to feel hopefully quite energetic around the upper body. Think about lengthening the neck. Good. So pull back on those hands. Take a breath in. As you exhale, find the belly button. So you're cinching your waist in. As you inhale, reach your right leg back towards the back of your mat. So you're not thinking about going up, but going back. But you'll feel the whole back of your leg engage, but still keep pulling yourself forward with the hands if you can at the same time. Exhale, put the right hand down, reach the left leg back. So you're pulling yourselves in two directions. Toes going back, heart going forward. Nice. Okay, exhale, put that down. Inhale, reach the right leg back again. Now, make sure the knee stays elevated off the floor if you can. Flex the foot, send the heel towards the ceiling. Good, keep the heart pulling forward. Now, 5 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, Tushy. Good. Exhale, do you feel it? Good. Nice, nice, nice. All right, reach the left leg back. Knee stays off the floor. Belly button stays lifted. Kick the heel towards your butt and then kick it up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, press yourself back, child's pose. Stretch out the lower back. Take a breath in through the nose. Maybe press the fingers into the floor so your hips go back towards the heels more. Find a sigh. So we prepared the body a little bit, took the attention to the back surface of us. So this is the thing about the heart, it knows secrets. The mind can't see the back of the body, but the heart can. All right, walk the hands forward. Let's come into a downward facing dog. See if you can keep the spaciousness that we were cultivating across those lats, latissimus dorsi, the big sheets of muscle that cross from your shoulders all the way back to the base of the pelvis. How do we do that? We roll the shoulders away from each other, bend the knees, and send the hips high. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the two shoulders. Take a breath in through the nose. Oh, find an exhale through the mouth. Enjoy the fact that no one can hear you unless you're practicing with a nice house partner, which is great, in which case you can enjoy each other's breath. Walk your hands back to meet your feet and bend your knees deeply. Take a grab of the back hole, grab your back of the skull with your fingers, interlace the hands there. And then here we'll unravel through the spine by driving the heels into the floor, rounding the lower back. Hopefully it should feel nice after that back bend drill. Pulling belly button to spine, finding that deep curve, deep flexion. So we slowly, slowly, slowly unravel. Yes, 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 you got it. When you finally get there, press the heels down into the floor and take the elbows wide. Now, find the heart, elevate it to the ceiling by pressing your heels down. So there's a ripple effect. Heels go down, lower back gets spacious and lifts. Then the heart lifts up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the hands down. Maybe you can already feel the heartbeat. It's going to carry us through the whole practice. Come to the top of the mat. Heels together, feet together. Same ripple, heels down, hips forward, hook thumbs, heart lifts. And don't think about going back yet, just think about going up towards the ceiling. Take a breath and pour it into the lungs. And then as you exhale, fold, interlace the fingers behind your back. Soften to the elbows and into the shoulders. Then from here, halfway lift, fingertips meet your shins, and you ripple the front of the sternum towards the front of the room. The heart gets big. From here, plant the hands down, right knee meets the floor, low lunge. And here you can reach the hands up towards the ceiling, but in the same way that we lift the arms from the heels, can you lift the hands from your right knee? So that rather than going back like this, we look to create spaciousness across the lower back. I've been talking about this a bunch lately because of like the kidneys in winter. But also notice how when you support by lifting here, the heart has more space to expand in all directions. Exhale, plant the hands down, find downward facing dog. Armpits deep and full of breath. Ripple forward, heels high, hips high, shoulders over wrists, plank. Place the knees onto the floor, and then the chest comes between the thumbs, or as close as is comfortable. If it feels more uncomfortable, you can go forward to make more space for yourself, but otherwise let the heart just meet the floor, meet the earth. We'll ripple forward, untuck the toes until tuck the tail underneath, go through, rippling, snaking through the spine, find cobra. Yes, downward facing dog. Exhale. Look forward towards the hands, the right foot steps between the hands, left knee meets the floor. Both arms up towards the ceiling again, grazing the sky with your fingernails. Exhale, fold forward, left foot meets the right, exhale. Heels down, hips forward, hook thumbs, lift the heart up towards the sky. We do the same thing, other side, exhale, interlace the fingers, perhaps the other way around, the unfamiliar way. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Left knee meets the floor, same thing. As we take the arms up, it's an opportunity to pour breath into the lungs. Know that when you're growing in utero, the arms grow out of the lungs, so that as they grow up towards the sky, your lungs can get bigger and fuller with breath. Plant the hands downward facing dog. Straight away a wave, heels high, hips high, find plank. Knees, chest, chin. Surrender to the earth here. Find your snaking spine, ripple forward, cobra. Heart going forward, not the chin. Then we go back for downward facing dog. At the base of the exhale, find that softness, the navel back to the spine, the suspension of thought, the vastness of the heart. Let your attention drop there. It's the center of the posture right now. On the inhale, the gaze comes between the thumbs, and then the left foot meets the thumbs, right knee down, low lunge. Exhale, fold forward, right foot meets the left. Last time we ripple through the spine, heels down, hips forward, hook thumbs. Lift the heart, ears and biceps in a line. Heels go down to find the spaciousness of the kidneys. Yes, exhale, fold. Okay, find a halfway lift first, then place the knees down onto the floor, come into a tabletop shape. So nice strong hands, reach the right foot back. We make this shape quite often. So you can keep the hands down. In fact, no, let's take the left hand forward. Do a classic full-on bird dog. Since we're working with the lungs after all. Exhale, take your knee towards your nose, or rather the elbow towards the knee, or whatever will touch, then touch, get small, that curve of the spine. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, place the left hand down onto the floor and take your left foot off the left outside edge of your mat. So it becomes like a little kickstand. The right heel presses away as your right hand comes up towards the ceiling. Yeah. So do you remember what I said about the left hand pressing down, so the left ear and the left shoulder? Yeah, nice. Great. Good. All right, from here, right elbow and right knee come together. A little crunch on the side. Good. Do the same thing. Again, inhale, lengthen. You can take your right hand to the front of the room, the bicep and the ear coming over, and then crunch it again together. Boo. Good. This time, reach your right foot away and place it down onto the floor. So the whole surface of the foot meets the floor. So it's a nice little triangular shape with the leg. Here, take the right hand to your heart and lift your heart up into the hand. You will spiral your ribcage to the ceiling. The right elbow points towards the sky. So notice how broad the collarbones get. Notice how powerful your left bicep stays. Feel how the breath fills up the lungs. Good. Okay, right hand comes down towards the floor. Right knee re-meets the floor. Find knees, chest, and chin. Ripple through the spine, the tailbone, the belly, the lower ribs. Find cobra. Good. Shoulders away from the ears. Then we press back. Downward facing dog. Find your back ribs with your breath here. And the softest, softest sigh. Come back down onto the knees. So same thing, left foot goes back, right hand forward. Find length first. And exhale, contract in. Get small, like the contraction of the universe. That pulsation of the heart is the first thing. That's the first cell that's made in your body when you're conceived. Inhale, lengthen. So that pulsation follows you your entire life. Right hand down towards the floor. Is that right? What the hell? Yeah. You just witnessed my brain collapsing there. Okay, left heel goes back, left hand up. That makes sense. Left elbow and left knee contract together. Okay, inhale. Notice how as you inhale, your lung gets spacious and you can get spacious. Contracting again. Power up the obliques. Then left foot meets the floor. And then the left palm meets your heart and peels it up towards the ceiling. So there's that leaning back with the left shoulder blade. You can even close your eyes. Notice how you can trust. That hand on the heart really helps you to feel grounded, I hope. Release the left hand then, take it down towards the floor. We'll find knees, chest, and chin. Then ripple forward last time, cobra. And peeling back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Ground yourself as we're about to move. Both hands press. Right leg will reach gracefully towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the knee in towards the nose. Inhale up towards the sky. Three-legged dog here. Exhale, right knee. Take it out towards the right. See if you can tap your right elbow or right tricep. Inhale up towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Keep both knees, both hips square, and then bend the knee. From here, keeping both hands pressing equally, both armpits equally powerful. Then you point the right knee up towards the ceiling. Might feel that tushy working. Good. Okay, inhale, re-straighten the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, take it forward between the hands. Left heel meets the earth. So before we go anywhere, take your fingertips and then reach your chest to the front of the room. Yeah. So we do this in runner's lunge, but this is the back foot's on the floor. We're preparing for warrior one, but getting spacious already here. Then press the right heel down to the floor. Take both arms up. So we're looking for that lifting like a rocket from behind the kidneys. Heart reaching up towards the ceiling with your breath in. As you exhale, take your right hand down around towards the right. See if you can get your left thigh. The hook the fingers there, and then let the heart peel up towards your left pinky finger again. Good. Next inhale, both arms up. Straighten the right leg and take the arms out to parallel with the floor as the hips turn around towards the long edge of the mat. Let's go forward, forward, forward. Right leg straight-ish as you take the right hand down to your shin or ankle. Here, the left hand again meets your heart and peels it up towards the ceiling. Left elbow pointing up towards the sky. Neck is nice and long. Here, you can stay there. You can keep your left hand on your heart, or you can reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, look down, press into the right heel, come back up. Spiral the arms, keep going until the left hand reaches to the right outer hip and the right hand reaches up. So reverse triangle, but not going back way like a teapot, but going up, 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 up. So the heart lifts, chest lifts, 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 lifts up to the right hand. Exhale, circle both hands down towards the floor. Runner's lunge, square the back, the left hip forward. Then place the left knee down onto the floor. Let's pull the right toes back, half Hanuman. Inhale, go forward, plant both hands, take right leg up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. So your choice here, you can simply, three options, place your right foot down for downward facing dog and stay there. You can find a regular vinyasa coming through plank, or you can keep the right foot lifted like a rocket, like three-legged dog, finding a three-legged vinyasa. Put it down right before you find upward facing dog and pull the heart forward, pressing the floor away with your hands, letting the sternum reach towards the front of the room. Deepest breath in. Good, lovely choices. Exhale, downward facing dog. Know that you don't always have to take the spiciest version. I don't. Okay, let's do the other side. Same thing, left leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Rounding the upper back very much. Inhale, up towards the sky. Good, exhale, left knee comes out and around forward to the left elbow or tricep. Keeping yourself high and forward. Good, inhale, up and back. Square off the two hips and the two shoulders, then bend the knee and point it towards the sky. If you sit all day, this might feel nice. Your tushy might go high, which is always good too. Okay, inhale, we'll extend the leg. Exhale, bend it forward, look forward. We come through. Right heel meets the floor. So your hips are pointing maybe to the front right-hand corner of the mat. Heart goes forward first. And you can maybe feel the weight go more into your left heel as you reach the chest forward. Press both feet down, arms up. Warrior one. Warrior one is this very grounded shape because the back foot is grounded. And that helps the rocket of the upper body go up, 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 up. Breathe in as you reach the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, left hand meets the right hamstring and outer right hip. And that helps you lift heart up even more. Yes, beautiful. Okay, exhale, exhale, then inhale, both arms up. We turn around towards the left. Hands go parallel with the floor. Reach forward, 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 forward. Left hand meets your shin. Right hand onto the heart, peels you open. An invitation to be tender, to be soft. With yourself, first of all, of course. And that can emanate out to everyone else. Right elbow to the ceiling. If you want, right hand to the ceiling, your choice. Look down towards the left foot, then come back up. Right hand comes around to the outer left hip. Left hand up. Heart lifts. So up, 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 up. Good. Exhale. Take both hands to the floor. Right knee meets the floor. Hips square. And we find the half Hanuman shape, left toes back towards your face. Good. Inhale, come forward. Both hands frame left foot to the sky, three-legged. And you've got your three choices here. Could add on a child's pose there if you just want to chill on the earth. Otherwise, either vinyasa or downward facing dog, or your three-legged chaturanga, left leg reaching towards the sky like a scorpion. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath through the nose, through the throat, spiraling into the lungs, and then reaching into the heart. You soften the tongue and the armpits and the eye sockets and the belly. At the center of all of this, that heart pulsates. You can maybe feel the warmth of your blood coursing through your veins now. Isn't it nice to be alive? Okay, look forward. Let's walk the feet forward towards the hands. Unravel here. Heels down, lower back, middle back. Everything rounds as you peel yourself up. Then heels down, hips forward. Heart lifts, hook the thumbs. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers, bend the knees. Fold forward. Okay, halfway lift first. Step back, downward facing dog. So we're going to power up. We're going to do 3 knee to nose. If you don't fancy that, you can do just 1. But the reason for this is to feel the heartbeat. So reach your right toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale straight away, knee to nose, pull it forward. Get really small. Exhale all the way out. Inhale up towards the sky again. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale up and back again. Exhale, right knee to left tricep. Good, powerful. Inhale up and back. Exhale, go forward, right foot between the hands, left heel down, press down to rise up, warrior 1. Then both hands onto the heart. Duff, duff, duff. Yeah. It's simple to have a good time. Fingertips up, palms face forward, pull your right hip back. And then as you pull your elbows wide, lift your heart up from behind the rib cage. Yes. Oh, so good. Here, exhale, take the opposite shoulders and hug yourself in just like we did at the start. Beautiful. Both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the hands. Take your right foot up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, point it up towards the ceiling. Here you can stay. So we have options. You can stay with this. Maybe you can start to point your right hip up towards the sky, so much so that you come up onto, show you from this side, up onto the right fingertips. Maybe you keep going all the way. As you press into the left hand, the right foot meets the floor. So you kind of flip over. Here you can stay with the right hand down onto the floor, or you can press the left foot down or reach and take your hand to your heart. Lifting the heart up into the hand, you can press it up. Squeeze your left glute to lift yourself and squeeze the left shoulder blade behind your heart to lift, 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 lift for that wild thing. If you want, you can take the right hand up and over, or you can keep it on the heart. Exhale, both hands, right hand meets the floor. Take the right foot back down again. And we spiral back down to downward facing dog. Here you might want to sigh. Left leg up towards the ceiling. Same thing, the other side. Exhale, knee to nose. So let's get strong. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, right tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, go forward, left foot between the hands, right heel down, and then inhale, lift to warrior 1. Hands to the heart. Really, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day and all that sentimental stuff, but I love the simplicity of taking your hands to your own. You can just feel it. I'm a Scottish woman. I don't like sentimental nonsense, but this is, I don't know, it's real. I hope you can feel it. Take the fingers up towards the sky, fingertips graze the ceiling, maybe even pull the elbows apart and lift yourself up from the back of the rib cage. That unfurling. As you exhale, we take the hands across each other as we find an embrace. Chin in towards the chest. Okay, we'll take it to the final unraveling, finding our wild thing on the other side or its variation. Take both hands down towards the floor. And then take the left foot up, three-legged dog. Okay, so here we bend the knee and point the knee towards the ceiling. Here the hip can open, and it must because it's going to tip all the way over. Come up onto the left fingertips. Know that this is a good place to stay. If you like, you can take the foot all the way behind you. Take your time. Right hand presses right ear and right shoulder are spacious. Right shoulder blade pulls behind your heart. Left hand finds the heart in the front of the rib cage, and then you lift your heart up into your own touch, into your own grip. Then the left hand can come up and over. As you push the heart up, again, using your touche, using your shoulder blades, using the back of the body, which is so powerful. Exhale, both hands come back down. Both feet come back down. We descend back to earth after our rocket journey. 3 options, either down dog hold or a child's pose, or you can find a wave of the spine coming into a plank, hips high, heels high, shoulders over wrists. Here, the one and only chaturanga. From there, upward facing or cobra. Pull yourself forward. And then we come back downward facing dog. Ooh, feel free to pedal things out and enjoy. Bend the knees as much as you need to, one and the other. From here, plant both knees down onto the floor, come back, child's pose. I quite like to turn the palms up, or at least to face each other in a child's pose to find a receptivity. It also makes space for the neck by moving the shoulders away from each other. And also, after all that dynamic movement, maybe we can soften and absorb something. I'm sure you can feel the heartbeat echoing now. Feel and hear and taste. Especially if the forehead is on the floor. If it is not comfortable to let the forehead rest on the floor, you can make a little pillow with your hands. Sometimes it's like nice to let the skull be held so you don't have to spend so much damn effort holding your damn head in the air, full of all the damn thoughts. Sometimes it's nice to let simplicity drop our attention into the center, into the heart. It's hard to trust. If we don't know the answer, what we're going to do. I speak from experience. But when you do just surrender to it, sometimes you see, in fact, invariably, you see that things turn out okay. Okay, let's walk the hands back. We'll unravel the body. Staying, creating space still always for the heart to be resonant. Come to lie down, please. Now, I quite like to use a cushion or a block for this. I totally didn't say that. Or you can use a blanket if you have it. But you might not need it, actually. But see what you feel. Come back to lie down. And take the legs up towards the ceiling. That in itself is quite a nice place to stay, but here's a suggestion. You can cross the left knee across the right. If you have space, you can also take the foot behind the right calf, but you don't have to. But take the foot down towards the floor. The right foot will find the earth, and press the earth away so that you can shift your hips over to the left. Here, let the knees fall over to the right, and this is where you might want something to place underneath the knees, a block or a cushion or a book or something, if it feels a little bit too tight and strenuous on the lower left back. But you might be fine. The palms turn out and face the ceiling. Maybe even give yourself a wee shift in the upper body, tucking the right shoulder blade underneath so that your gaze can turn towards the left. So that the front of the left lung gets so much space. Let the face be so soft, and the palms of the hands be so soft, and let the lungs absorb all the air as your legs become so earthy. And surrender to gravity. As you inhale, press into the feet to take the knees back to center, and unravel them by taking the legs up towards the ceiling. Maybe a circle of the ankles might feel nice. Whatever you like. Right knee crossover left, and the foot can go behind the calf if there's space for it, but it doesn't have to. The main thing is that the knees are crossing so that you have a nice weight. You can press the left foot into the floor and shift the hips over to the right, and find the knees rocking over to the right, to the left side. Again, you tuck yourself over so that you can take your gaze to the right. As with all of these postures, there's a balance of the density of the lower body meeting the earth, in particular with these twisted legs, like roots. And then the sponginess of the lungs, the right lung in particular at this time, can absorb softly the air. Inhale, press, point the knees towards the ceiling again, and unravel the legs, take them up towards the sky. Here you can bend the knees and take the hands to the outside edges of the feet. So we have our happy baby. See if you can get the tailbone to descend towards the earth as much as possible. And then from here, you can pull the knees in as much as feels good. Feet and hands pressing against each other. Maybe let the collarbones be broad, as if you were in Malasana. Okay, again, a bunch of options for you. You can go ahead and stay with this if this feels nice. Or you can nestle the knees into your armpits and rock your weight onto the space between your shoulder blades at the back. I don't know if there's an official name for this, but it feels kind of... If that's not your bag, you can stay with Happy Baby. If you'd like to move into your feet position, see if the toes, well, if the toes can meet the earth, you can go ahead into Halasana. If you would like to maybe, in fact, there's a bunch of options that you can do. If your toes don't meet the earth, you can support your lower back with your hands and stay here. If it feels okay for your neck, let the neck be spacious at the back. If you have a block or something, you can just go ahead and let your toes rest on that. Or a bolster or a chair or something. If your toes don't hit the floor, you can interlace the fingers behind you, as we have done, and press the triceps into the floor and let the hips lift up. So choose something that feels nice to you. And please, when you're in this full fold, if you're into this full halasana, the feet all the way over the head, please don't turn your head too much, because you want your neck to go. Be careful with yourself, please. What all these postures have in common is they are a folded element on themselves. The intention being obviously to counterbalance all the opening that you did, especially as it's nighttime, I want you to be able to sleep tonight, but also so we can turn inwards to see if we can listen to the wisdom of the heart. Let it reverberate and echo and maybe give us some guidance. As we for Halasana, release the arms and take the knees towards the forehead. It's quite a soothing position because there's two little dents at the front of the skull where the kneecaps kind of nestle in. Slowly you can descend the hips to the floor. If you were inverting like this, please keep the head down. Think about a can of Coke. We don't shake it up and then open it up. We let it settle. So let yourself settle. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Here, maybe find a rock side to side. And then extend the legs. So I promised you for Shavasana, I said that a blanket could be helpful. So you can either place it on top of you, as would make sense, or you can roll it up into a little sausage here and let that pin up the back of your heart underneath the shoulder blades so that the palms can come out for a little mild supported back bend. Here, again, you can either let the legs rest, or you can take rest at the outside edges of your mat, or you can take the feet to touch and the knees to go wide. For this Supta Baddha Konasana, this butterfly shape with the legs. Whatever you have selected, find a deep breath in through your nose. And again, let it descend down to the space behind the heart and make it vast. Especially if you're propped from behind. You can visualize your heart expanding to take in the whole of you, so vast that you could step inside it yourself. Exhale, so softly. One more time. Inhale. Become vast from the inside out. Let your bones and skin melt into the mat as you exhale. As we take rest here in this melted open and soft place. Can we resolve to be softer with ourselves, with the people around us? Maybe so that this warmth can ripple out to the whole entire world. Again, it's not namby-pamby yoga nonsense. It's, at least I hope not, the idea is that we would cultivate some kindness and practically allow it to actually affect the people around us in the world. So take any benefit that you feel in your body right now and send it outwards. Let the breath pour into your lungs again. Here, perhaps, if you can reach the arms overhead. If your knees are wide, use the hands to close them. And roll gently over to the side, no matter what position you're in. State that we have created. Use your hands to press back up. And find your seat as we close the practice together. Okay, join the palms at the sternum, and again, lift the heart to meet the thumbs. We have that spaciousness. We let the breath drop down into that space. Exhale with a sigh. As we close the practice with Om today, let it ripple from your heart out into the whole wide world. May all beings be well and safe, and may every action that I take contribute to that well-being and safety. Inhale together. Om Shanti.